Hello, good morning. Myself Anis K.A., Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce and Management Studies. Today we are going to discuss about transportation problem. How to solve transportation problem by using least cost method. So you all know that we have three methods to solve transportation problem. First one is least cost method, and second one is northwest corner cell method, and third one is Vogel's approximation method, that is VAM method. So here we are going to discuss about the least cost method only, which is the simplest and easiest method of calculating this transportation problem. So before we are going to start about this problem, first we have to check whether the given table is balanced or not. So let's see this table is balanced or not. So first of all, we have two demo tables are here. Let's see these demo tables. Here the balanced means both demand and supply are equal in balanced transportation problem. Let's see the demands are available here. Here the demands is 4, 9 and 7, and supply are 4, 6 and 10. Let's total this demand. When we total this demand, we will get the 20 is the total answer, and the supply is also we get 20. So we can say that this table is balanced. That means both demand and supply are equal. Whereas look at this the second one. Here in this case you can see that the supply is 20, but the demand total is 26. So we can see that there is a dissimilarity in this supply and demand. That means this is not equal. So this is in the case of transportation problem for selecting, for identifying this balanced and unbalanced problems. Let's come to the problem. You are given the table. In this table, we are having 4 columns, S1, S2, S3 and S4, and also we have 3 rows, F1, F2, F3. First here we need to check whether the given table is balanced or not. Let's check out that. Here the total is the demand available are 17, 10, 9 and 4, and the supply is 8, 12 and 10. So the total of the supply is 40. Here also demand, when we calculate 17 plus 10 plus 9 plus 4 equal to 40. So we can say that this table, this matrix is balanced table. Then after checking the whether the given table is balanced or unbalanced, then we can move to the next step, that is allocation of values. Allocation of values in least cost method, we can see that we have to start with least value. That means we have to identify the least value in this table. We can say that this one. This table is having least value, that is 1. So I am going to allocate the value in this cell. For allocating a value in this cell, we have to consider the respective supply value and respective demand value. Here the respective supply value is 22 and the demand value is 17. So we have to put the least value or minimum value here. That is 17 is the minimum value. So we just take the 17 and allocate this value here. Then after allocating the value, the next step is to subtract this allocated value from respective supply value and demand value. When we subtract, we will get here 22 minus 17, we will get 5. Then 17 minus 17, here we get 0. When we get 0 here, that means there is no demand here. So we can cross the entire column. That means we can vertically cross. After this, we can move to the next step. Let's see. In next step, you can see that the remaining matrix table is like this. We have S2, S3, S4. That means 3 columns, and we have F1, F2, F3 rows. Okay. Then again, we have to repeat the same process. Again, we have to find a least value from here. Then 3 is the least value here. So we are going to allocate here in that cell. So respective supply is 5 and respective demand is 4. From this, the minimum value is 4. So we allocate 4 here. Okay. Then after allocating the value, then we subtract from this allocated value from supply and demand. Here 5 minus 4, we will get 1, and this 4 minus 4, we will get 0. Then if we get 0, then we can cross this column. After this, again the same process repeating. Then again from this table or this matrix, we have to find another least value. Then we can say that the 4 is the next least value here. Again, we have to consider the supply and demand respectively. Here 1 is the least value. Then we will take the 1 here. We'll put the 1 here, and subtracting 1, then we will get 0 here, and here we will get 9. Okay. Then after getting 0, we can cross entire row, that F2 row. Again, we are having 4 cells, 8, 9, 6, 11. From this cell, again we have to find out another least cell, that is 6 here. The same process repeating and repeating. Then here the 9 is the least value, so we will put a 9 here and subtract. When we subtract, we will get 1 and we will get 0 here. So we can cut this entire row again. So here only next step, here only 2 cells are available for allocation. So 9 and 11 are the cells. Then we can say that the 9 is the least value. So we put a mark here on 9. Then we can say that which is the least value. Of course, 8 is the least value. So we will take the least value and subtract. When we subtract, we will get 0 here, and we will get 1 here, and we can completely strike off this row. Then listen, now we have only 1 cell remaining for allocation. This is the last step of allocation. We have only 1 cell for allocation. Look at the peculiarity of the cell. This cell is having the same demand and supply. Here the demand is 1 and supply is also 1. This is the peculiarity of a balanced transportation matrix. We will get the same supply and demand on last step. So this is one easiest step. Then we allocate the first value, that means 1 here, and here 0, here 0, and we can cut as our wish. So by the end of this step, we can stop this allocation work. We allotted all values into this matrix table. The next step is to multiply this allocated value with cell value. Then add all that products. Then you will get initial feasible solution. That is our final answer. Let's check. Here 8 into 9. Then next cell is available 17 into 1. Then next is available 1 into 4. Then here 3 into 4. Then here 9 into 6, then here 11 into 1. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 allocated cells. Okay. So after taking product and then addition, we will get the value 170. This is our final answer, that is total cost. Okay, thank you.